For case study 4, I chose effectiveness of mainstreaming those with special needs. I thought that before jumping into mainstreaming, it would be important to give a quick definition. Mainstreaming is allowing students with special needs to spend time in the everyday classroom rather than being in the special needs classroom full time. Many schools have begun mainstreaming in classrooms, and that's because of the Individuals with Disabilities in Education Act, also known as IDEA. According to Special Education by the Numbers, a look into today's schools, from 1989 to 2010, there was a 90% increase in the time that students with disabilities were spent in the regular classroom rather than a special needs room. And recently, what is referred to as a pull-out program, so removing the student from the classroom and having them in the special needs room full-time, has been under fire because it does not put the student in the least restrictive environment, and it's really not good for the student. To make mainstreaming better, it's important for teachers to focus on project-oriented work. This will be best for all students because the students with a disability get to choose topics that interest them and motivate them, so the teacher will be getting the best work from that student, but it will also be getting the best work from students without disabilities and making sure that they're still being challenged as well. It's important for teachers to realize, though, that mainstreaming is not always in the best interest for the student, and just because a student is being mainstreamed does not mean that they can't spend any time in the special needs room. That can be a part-time thing. It just needs to be what's best for the student. So it's important for the teacher to realize that and recognize that and focus on what's best for the student, even if that is part-time in the regular classroom and part-time in the special needs room. So benefits for mainstreaming students with disabilities is students with disabilities add diversity to the classroom. They also bring strengths. They help promote the climate of giving in the classroom. Students with disabilities do more when more is expected of them. Students with disabilities challenge us to provide better ways to educate all kids, so it's really challenging the teacher to be their best self as well. And children with disabilities' brains develop stronger neural connections in a richer learning environment. And something that's not usually focused on that I thought was really important to add to this is the benefits for students without disabilities, because that's really a concern with mainstreaming. And some of the benefits are meaningful friendships that the students will develop, an increased appreciation and acceptance for individual differences, an increased understanding and acceptance of diversity, respect for all people. It prepares students, all of the students, for adult life in an inclusive society, because in real life, there is no separation. Everyone's all together, so that's really important. It gives the students opportunities to master activities by practicing and teaching others, so by helping their peers in situations. Greater academic outcomes, and all students' needs are better met in this scenario, and there are greater resources provided for everyone. And these are the references.